Welcome into a special edition of the Jordy Culotta Show, getting you set for an incredible football weekend.
Crazy SEC week, though.
LSU Auburn tomorrow night inside Tiger Stadium. Tomorrow morning between the hedges at Georgia, you got Georgia hosting Arkansas, with Arkansas getting 18.5 points somehow. 2:30 tomorrow in Tuscaloosa, Alabama will host Ole Miss. Rebels roll in there as 14.5-point underdogs. Tomorrow afternoon on the Bluegrass, Kentucky will host Florida. Florida is an 8-point favorite on the road. And then tomorrow night, as we said, LSU Auburn going to play under the lights at Tiger Stadium in Death Valley for a Saturday night in the SEC on what is just a amazing slate of college football. We've got our quarterback, our football expert here with us to break it down here later in the week. We do it every week here on the Jordy Culotta Show. We link up with one of the most exciting players in LSU history and just a brilliant football mind. Rohan Davey joins us here. Ro, tomorrow night, this is exactly what you sell in recruiting. This is what you tell the guys that are already here, what you're going to give them opportunities to play in. You've played in this type of atmosphere. What does 24 hours from now look like in Tiger Stadium from your vantage point?
Listen, the only thing I hope is that rain hold off.
Yes.
Because if that rain holds off, I honestly believe that tomorrow night, and it's all based on like everything that's transpired, not just this year, but over the few years, COVID and all that's going on. Dog, give me a reason. Give me a reason. That's all Baton Rouge and surrounding areas, everywhere. That's all they want, man.
Yeah.
Give me a reason. I got I got partners coming in town that I didn't even know was coming to the game, because everybody is so anticipating 8:00 game, tailgate all day. Get on that sauce good and early.
Got good football all day.
Good football all day. You can sit out in the parking lot all day, tailgate, and really watch great SEC football.
I mean, kickoff at 8 o'clock.
You know what
It'll
I mean?
almost be there before you know it, because you're just kind of riding a train in.
It's gonna be. And like I said, the rain holds on. And I said, if it's a drizzle, I ain't talking about no drizzle. I'm talking about the torrential downpour.
Like it has been.
Right.
Like it has been.
But dog, if it holds off tomorrow, all day around that campus and around that stadium and leading up to that night game, and that game is going to be electric.
Yeah, it is.
I really believe that game is going to be off the meters, man. They're going to blow the roof. Well, ain't no roof. They're going to blow the imaginary top off of Tiger Stadium, dude.
I agree with you. We have not heard from Harsin, Auburn, anything yet that who's starting. You said it earlier this week, so I thought eloquently.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say TJ starts.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm going to go out on a limb and say TJ starts.
It sounded like Coach O thought that, too, on his radio show. He said they're anticipating TJ getting a start.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. I'm not going to say a little birdie might have whispered something in my ear, but I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to say he walks out there as the starter.
I like it. How do you like that spot for him? What's the challenge for him in that spot, and how do you like LSU's defense versus him?
Well, it's crazy because it's too familiar. He's familiar and they're familiar with him. You know what I mean? So for him, as the player coming back into this environment that he's definitely familiar with, I honestly believe that if he doesn't get the nerves, if he doesn't, which he will have early, but if he doesn't get in it and really get in his head to where I really want to win this game so bad that I do some things that I may not typically do. I try to extend plays, and now instead of it being a motivation, now it's a detriment. Now you get in your head, and it's like, you know, do I really want to do this for me or, you know, my team? So I think that's the fine line that he has to walk with, because listen, everybody knows this, man. You're a competitor. You want to stick it to him. Yeah. You want to stick it to the ex-girlfriend, the ex-boyfriend. You want to show that you got a big, prettier, you know, girl or whatever. So it's the same thing here with him. I'm sure he wants to come in here and show, look, I'm the guy. Y'all shouldn't have let me go. Y'all should have just gave me the job. I showed it, da-da-da-da-da. All those things that you think of when you leave and you disgruntled. But he has to keep that thin line and keep it even keeled and know that it's not about him and go out there for his team. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if he throws for 100 yards or 500 yards. if he wins, that's all you really care about.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And for us on the other side, we got to make sure that defensively we understand what he does well and how that fits into Auburn's offense with Bo Nix out, because they're different kind of quarterbacks.
Sure.
And so now you have to configure, okay, we're going to force TJ to do this and this because we know he does this well. And for us defensively, we have to make sure that our emotions are kept in sync, in check, because you don't want to just, okay, it's TJ, so we want to go out there and get 15-yard penalties trying to knock his head off and things of that nature. Or defensively, you try to do too much to try to confuse him. I say you approach him as if he's a starting quarterback and been the starting quarterback at Auburn, but you use the familiarity you have with him and try to use that.
Tank Bigsby has gone over 100 yards 3 of the first 4 weeks of the season. He's averaging a league best 6.5 yards per carry. He's averaging 100 yards per game. I expect to see a heavy dose at him tomorrow night,
No doubt.
no matter who's under center. What is the challenge LSU's defense says? You mentioned they've got to manage their emotions. More than anything, they got to bring him to the ground.
They got to tackle.
Yeah.
They have to tackle and have to rally to the football. He's not the type of back that I saw the great Devin White do this last week when he came up in the hole and he hit for Tampa Bay and he just like pushed the guy. You can't do that to Tank. You can't do that to Tank, and you can't do that to most of these SEC running backs. We're going to have to do the same thing same mantra that the coaches have been seeing for the last few weeks, and that's rallying to the football and tackling him. And I actually think that in order for us to win the football game, I really believe that you have to take him away. You have to take away. We have a non-existent run game right now. They also have to have a non-existent run game this Saturday. And I truly believe that you've put TJ in positions to force him to win the football game. And it's not to say that I don't think that he can do it, because I think he's proven it last week in Georgia State, and I think here while he was at LSU in his short tenure. I just believe that if that running game gets going, we're in damn trouble.
Yeah.
Because now you really do what he does well.
Yeah.
Because he's a play-action intermediate to deep ball thrower.
Right.
So now if you got these guys sucking up on the running, are we committing 8 to the box in the run game, or we committing more than we start out wanting to, then we really in a pickle, dog.
What evolution are you looking forward to seeing from LSU's offense? What are you looking for them to do better than they've done in the past or continue to grow on?
Well, for me, I think that, like we talked about last week with the individualized game plans and the different game plans going into each week, and I just think that with this Auburn game, with their defense, not great, but formidable as far as pass rushing ability. I think that against them, man, their secondary is the weak point.
Yep.
I think that our strong point we've been pointing out all year is our wide receiving group. And I'm not saying sit back and throw the ball 60 times a game or nothing like that, but you may have to throw it 40 times a game if the running game isn't going. And I'm including screens. So I'm not just saying pushing down the field. I'm including screens and screens to the back, screens to the wide receiver, screens to the tight end, and going for. I'm looking to see if they incorporate Max as part of the run game, such as what we did with Joe his brilliant year.
Yeah.
And not to say run the ball 8-9 times a game, but 2nd and 7, put it in there, pull it out, pick up 4 yards. We would have took that if it was a run. So just little things like that. I anticipate offensively going into this game, but I anticipate a higher volume of passes, and also depending on the weather. But I anticipate a higher volume of passes with the game plan going into this week based on where Auburn's strength and weaknesses are. And I firmly believe that even with their pass rushers, I think we can do enough with them, because they're not gangbusters. They're good football players, but they're not what we're used to seeing from, say, Alabama and all these guys. But I think we can have a good enough game plan and a responsibility enough game plan to where we can chip either side, whoever's giving us problems at the tackle position or even inside. We could do enough with the backs to slow those guys down and get our fantastic young receivers on the part of their defense that they're not really good at. I think we could really attack with the weather, attack this secondary and really Max could really have a really, really good day.
How big of an impact can Cam Wires return to the lineup have?
I mean, anytime you bring back a guy like him, it helps. And I know, I mean, we're not saying that he's coming back with a line that's been playing awesome. You know what I mean? So he doesn't have to step it up that much. But I know he's gotten healthy, and I know his health things with him before. Going into this game, it can't do anything but help us. Yeah. It can't do anything but help us with putting him on that side and knowing that, you know, at least you're going to get some engagement and some slow at that position. You don't necessarily have to slow him down all the way, but damn, give me more than 1.5 seconds, you know.
How good was Burrow on Thursday night?
Hey,
I knew when he hit jam in the third quarter in the second pass, I said it was over.
Listen, man, like, you know, it's like I'm not surprised by that boy.
Right.
You know, I was blessed and privileged to spend the first couple months with JB here, helping him with just Baton Rouge and the SEC and having good conversation with him. And I knew something was absolutely different about the kid. Then the boy ain't never smiled, you know. So I knew something was different about him then, and it's no different in the NFL, man. It's no different. I don't see no letdown. Like I feel the same, not exactly the same way, but I feel he's in that to me early Tom mode.
Just a young version of.
Just a young, like no nonsense. Knows what he wants, knows what's expected of him, and goes beyond expectations. But the mark of a really good quarterback, man, that I've seen over years, been privileged to be a good quarterback and be around other good quarterbacks, is the biggest thing, man, two things. The biggest thing, they always improve everybody around them.
No doubt.
Everybody, I'm talking about coaches want to be better. Coaches look at them and say, damn,
the whole organization feels better.
Everybody wants to be better. And just by how he moves and carries himself. And then two, dude, the respect is off the charts for that type of guy. Yeah. The respect is off the charts, and it's always been that way. They've always been an infectious personality, and you've always known where they stood. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's no bullshit gray area in between. You know what they are. You know what they're driven by: wins and success. You know what I mean? Winning and success. Other things around them might be crumbling. Yeah. But them son of a guns gonna be winners and successful at what it is that they're putting it into. Yeah. And that's dope, man. That's not surprised what he doing, man. Like that boy out there dropping dimes every week, man.
Just feels and looks like and sounds like a franchise quarterback.
And you know what it is too? You can tell that he's like, oh, y'all thought this was gonna slow me down? Yeah. Let me show y'all what I've been doing. Like if you keep him upright, I feel the same. That's why I say I feel the same way about Tom. I feel like if you keep Tom upright in every game, you're going to have an opportunity. If you keep Joe B upright and give him the weapon, you got a shot every week. I don't give a damn who you playing.
How far off does he feel like an MVP candidate, Super Bowl contending guy? I know there's a process to that stuff where you got to get.
Nah, it ain't no process, dog.
Because he feels like he skips a lot of it.
It ain't no process nowadays. Like you're judged on your individual performance or your team's performance for that year. Yeah. I don't give a damn if you're a rookie, if you're a 2-year, if you whatever you are judged and based on that year. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So right now, early on, damn right, he's in the conversation for MVP or whatever the accolades are for early performances and all that. I don't know exactly what they are, but he ain't coming. Look at how the Bengals are playing. It's because of him and Jamar Chase and
3-1.
And the line actually has been doing good. They've been holding up.
Yeah, I agree. They protected him.
And see, that's what you get though when you get a guy like him.
Everybody plays a click or two better.
Overachievers. Yeah. They overachieve, man. You're going to go harder. Yeah. You're going to go harder. And if that's just throwing your body in front of an Aaron Donald or whoever, you're going to go harder because you know why? My man going to give me every single thing he has. They know he going to give him everything because they see him work. It like the way you respect guys like that, it's not on the Sundays. It's not on Saturdays. They put in that work and show it all through everything. Yeah. When you home eating bonbons and pork rinds and shit like that. They the ones in the working.
Yeah.
And then you get off the couch like you just hit it like, man, let me go to the locker room and see what's going on. And you go in there and it's the same people in there every time. And those are the same people that are in Pro Bowls. They the same people that got the endorsements because they the ones putting in the work.
Yeah.
And that's JB. That's Joe B, man.
It is. It's incredible to watch him play. Outside of LSU Auburn tomorrow, what game are you looking forward to the most? You got Arkansas, Georgia in the morning. Ole Miss, Alabama, 2:30, and then 6 o'clock, Kentucky and Florida. Yeah, all of them. Yeah, just put them on loop. Yeah.
All of them, but it starts out so good, though.
Yeah.
That Arkansas, Georgia, dog, check this out. Because you know why? You think about everything, but if you don't damn wake up, you're in trouble.
Yep.
If you don't, you take everything out that game. That good team run over there. Who wakes up?
You better be ready.
Who wakes up, dog?
Yeah.
Like, who got up at 5 to stretch and do this and do that? Because you sped up 6 hours from what you used to doing. You used to playing at 6, 7 o'clock. You up early. It's whoever. That's why LSU, that's why I used to hate early games.
Sure. Absolutely.
It's who wakes up. Like, what quarterback's arm is quicker at that time in the morning? You know what I mean? Like, you could be not a morning person.
Right.
You screwed.
Yeah. Row at 11 a.m. Take the other side. Take the other side. I think they play Florida at 11 a.m. Take the Gators.
But take LSU second half.
Absolutely. He'll be there.
Second half, you good. Take the second half points.
So, LSU, Auburn, who wins it?
Whew. I'm going to have to say the Tigers in a close one.
LSU?
Yeah. I say the Tigers in a close one. But if the rain, if it rains and we have to get into that kind of game.
That's advantage Auburn.
That's advantage Auburn.
Right.
That's advantage Auburn in my opinion. Because we have not shown the ability to line up and run the football.
Yeah.
And when the weather's like that, you can't, the screens aren't good.
Yeah.
The ball protection is even more. You want to be road graders then and push these guys off the ball. So that's why now do we have a two-headed monster where now you have Max a part of the run game now. Now he has to be a part of the run game now.
Yeah.
If the circumstances in the field is what it is, it's going to be like that for both. But Auburn's more ready for that time of game. Yeah, absolutely.
Ricky Collins and Woodlawn travel up to Zachary tonight. That's gonna be a hell of a game.
It should be, man. Woodlawn has been very disappointing thus far this season. You understand? So I'm calling out my dog Imran right now. Let's get it going. Let's get this thing showed up tonight. Zachary is loaded.
Yeah.
Let me say that.
They mean.
Hey, man.
Physical, man.
Holstein pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
My man Charles, Cam, Tylen. All them little young F3s we got over there running wild on the defensive side, Colin. Whew. Little young Dave Peterson at the corner. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Dog, listen, I can't make that game because I'm going to be at Dunham.
Yeah, congratulations to your girl, man.
Yeah, man. I want to shout out to my little girl. She made the homecoming court. So we're going to be suited and booted tonight out at
Umbrella
Dunham.
out.
Umbrella
A fly
out.
row.
A
fly
We gotta make
row.
sure I send y'all a picture, baby. You know, everybody like, we don't ever see you. Well, tonight you will.
I feel you on that, bro.
Yeah, you know, I like to be
suit,
comfortable,
bro.
dog.
I hate a suit.
And then my son's birthday is actually, Micah turns 18 tomorrow.
So he is a young
18.
He is young, dude.
Could have held that cat back a year.
He's 3 months in
Could've held
college.
that
He's
cat
18. He'd be
18.
dominating
He'd be dominating
3A
high school
football right
football
now.
right now.
Dominating.
Hey, listen, could you imagine
No,
him,
I could not.
Jaden Osbury,
I mean,
and Osbury.
other Osbury.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Listen, that'd be that.
How did U-High not allow? How did that not happen? I mean, it's so anti-U-High.
You can only play for so many ambulances on the field.
Jaden Austin, my bad, Austin. You gonna say, Coach? You forgot my name.
No, those cats can play.
Yeah, man,
they can play.
Yeah, they can play. Dude.
Happy
And
birthday,
Big
Micah!
Nick.
Congratulations
Happy birthday, son.
to
Love
your
you,
girl,
boy.
man. Go get him tonight. Thank you, Ro.
Absolutely.
All right,
You
baby.
know
There's
that,
Ro.
baby. Hey, now listen, you gotta let them know about Saturday, baby.
Well, we've told them, and we planning on being at the party box. The
Not if
rain,
it
the
rain.
rain. If the rain is a threat, me and Ro are out.
We out that thing, baby.
out.
But we gonna be
But
back.
we're back for Florida.
We gonna
Absolutely.
be back,
Give us
nah.
just a hint of sunshine, and we'll be there.
We got the Tigers lined up, baby.
Appreciate it. Rohan in studio with us. We'll be back with you here on the Jordy Culotta Show.
I had a good interview with that